Hello, you guys. Just a forewarning here. This is a Cosmic Fury spoiler review. And when I say spoilers, I mean heavy spoilers. So if you do not want to be spoiled, please come back after you watch the show that drops on Netflix on the 29th, after you have your fill with Cosmic Fury and all of its pleasures. Then come back and watch or listen to this podcast. Got it? Again, it's a spoiler review. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Don't forget, it's spoilers. Do not come for us in the comments saying we spoil shit because we gave you ample warning, okay? Do not fuck with us. This is spoilers. Have a great day.
Today's episode is going to be our review of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. You guys have probably been waiting for this show for a while. It might have been a very long time. I can tell you right now, if you are waiting for the next great Power Rangers season, wait a little longer. Does that mean it's good or bad? Tune in to find out. That being said, there are spoilers abound, so if that bothers you, feel free to watch the season first and come back later. I guarantee you'll at least find something that you like. I think we can all agree on that here.
Yeah, the credits was beautiful.
If you don't fucking watch it at all. No, I'm just kidding.
and disclaimer, because I have been on Siler podcast for a few weeks, this is not going to be like one of theirs. So if you're thinking, oh, we're doing episode by episode, we're going straight for it. The rants are coming.
We're punching it in the jugular, ripping off the Band-Aid.
Hey, people gotta know if it's gonna be worth their watch. I mean, it's 10 episodes, about 22 minutes runtime. It tells a complete story at that, you know what I mean? It feels, the pacing isn't off. Everything feels like everybody gets their time to shine and they get full arc. So I'm not mad at it on that aspect.
It was way better than Brewery's Rock Fest.
I think that's a really good point, and I really like the serialized nature of it. We aren't dealing with like a monster of the week every episode. It's genuinely an episode that pushes forward the story, genuinely pushes forward the character development for a lot of people. Like there are genuine arcs in this.
Well,
yeah, like Amelia gets a big arc.
Yeah, I love that. Ollie.
Yeah, I like the part how Zato was whole time was dead, but they act like they didn't know he was dead at the whole time. But he said, "They on semi food." That's what, right?
I think Zato.
No.
What was that?
I think they knew Zato was alive, and then he was on borrowed time.
But they said he was dead.
Yeah, he was on borrowed time. Like, okay, he had this physical form, but it was on borrowed time. So every time he uses magic, it would be shortening his lifespan. That was the deal that the Morphin Masters made to bring him back. But he didn't tell the team that. And eventually, he dies off, you guys. He literally dies and becomes one with the grid, and he becomes the newest Morphin Master. So we kind of get an origin story on how a Morphin Master is, I guess, born or chosen.
Yeah. Check this out. You gotta remember that gold Morphin Master? Those at the beginning of the last episode.
Yeah. They're Force ghosts, basically.
Pretty much.
Well, what? Not gold, champagne, whatever the color is. Yeah. Well, yeah, that was him with the last episode when he came back.
Zato color is literally the napkin.
He got a brown paper man.
He's literally napkin color.
He is the napkin ranger.
Champagne?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Yes, I guess they go to color champagne, but
I mean,
he's literally Chipotle bag, Jack in the Box napkin color. He's cardboard box. He's all that.
Every shade of brown.
But yeah, like Zato was genuinely a very interesting character. Like he definitely went from leader to straight up mentor figure to something more than that. Like I like how they made some of the team interesting, at least. Like, some of these characters were genuinely fun to follow.
Yeah, I appreciate what they did with upgrading a Ranger to this level before. Even though throughout the show he seemed very depowered or weaker than the other, but at the end he became one of the strongest Rangers we ever had, who actually transcended being a Ranger and become a Morphin Master. You know what I mean? So that's something cool there.
That's that's gonna be a memorable Ranger right there. Honestly, the more I think about Zato, the more I realize he's probably one of the better Rangers to come around recently.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Zato a little bit. The representation in this was pretty well done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No couples kiss, just for the record. We still don't get a kiss between, what are their names again?
Izzy and Fern.
Yeah,
but it was high in Ion and freaking Zato, and how much those were in a bromance.
Oh my god, the bromance was strong with those two.
And I rewatched Cosmic Fury, or not Cosmic Fury, Dino Fury, and it's in that too. I'm like, oh, come on.
And like the hetero life bud thing that they've got is just like very, very compelling, man. Like, you definitely, there's a scene. Do we want to? We've already covered that Zato dies and becomes a Morphin Master, but in his death scene, like, who's the other what's the other Ranger's name again? God damn it. Ion.
What?
Ion
and Zato. Think of the most weirdest names out there for black people.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Ion does such a good job in that scene. His actor really sells the heartbreak, and like, you genuinely feel it when the guy goes. I mean, like, it hurts.
Yeah, that, I can't lie, that was a scene that shook me. It was like, you know, this is his brother. They've known each other for over 65 million years. You know what I mean? Like, and the way that he lost him, it was a sad moment. And the way that he went with him, you know, his spirit latched on to Zato and kind of grabbed onto him. Like, that's a power of love. You know, we ain't seen the powers before. Like, if you die, I don't want to be left here on this earth alone either. I'm gonna go with you. And that shit was like, oh damn, he went straight with him. He died with him. Oh.
And we haven't seen that since a death like that since Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, two big pros, my bad, that the season has. One is the production value. The sets look great. The costumes aren't the best, but they're still really cool. They make a lot of very good use of primary colors. You can, like, the personality of the personalities of the different monsters come through in their designs. Like, I mean, and the effects are cool. It's still a cool show to look at, even if it's not like the best by Power Rangers standards. The second big pro, Zed's still fucking great. Lord Zed coming back was one of the best decisions they made, and they weren't perfect on the execution. We'll get into that in a little bit. That fucking ending, but like, for most of the show, he's like just this great balance of like the scary motherfucker he was when he was first introduced, and the funnier but more successful guy he becomes later on. Like, they find a really good blend of that. Like, and he's just so goddamn entertaining because of it. He's great.
Yeah, Zed was definitely a high.
Uh-oh.
Stop that, Skype.
He's such a high point that he caused Darrell to break up.
Yeah. Zed was definitely that cheesy villain that we loved back in the day. I really enjoyed that. And
sorry, you first, my bad.
And him finally going, I'm gonna become even more powerful by taking the Morphin Masters.
It's such a cool plan too.
And that design was way better than the Cosmic Fury suits. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The design is really, really cool. That was like, it was like Skeletor meets Super Shredder.
Okay, yes. So what we're alluding to is Zordon. Lord Zed gets a power upgrade where he absorbs all of the Morphin Masters, because granted he kills them all and absorbs their energies and their powers, right? This
Yeah.
upgrade looks fucking amazing. I don't understand why
does.
Power Rangers took so long to get this level. He looks like a transformer, you know what I mean? Or like you said, Shredder. You know what I mean? They just bulky, just like, I don't want to fight you, bro. It's okay. You want the Earth? It's okay. I can go live on the moon. Like, you can have it.
And it's definitely one of the best. It's the best design in the whole show. Actually, like when you see
No,
the transformation,
I
it's so
can't.
cool.
No, I can't give you the best design for Zed because it's Ali, evil Ali suit. It's the best design I have seen.
What it
Oh,
was,
okay,
it wasn't. It wasn't Master Zed for me though.
Was,
Nah.
Odyssey was it
What?
reminded me of Power Ranger Samurai a little bit in a way. It was like the download version of Power Ranger Samurai.
Yeah, the upgrade was cool. I can't wait for the fans to see it.
They need that toy out, man. That's a
Oh,
toy. Yeah.
We need a lot of toys, okay? I need the Lower Zed upgrade toy. I need Evil
Hell
Ali
yeah.
toy.
Better freaking
But
Morpher.
you know what?
Hell yeah.
Oh, the Morphers was dope. You know what? The whole morph sequence. Let's just touch on that real quick. The morph sequence in Cosmic Fury, top tier morphing. I mean, it is so freaking smooth. It's like they got marbles, right? And they like Cosmic Fury or whatever it is, and they pop it up and they catch it in the morpher, boom, and they just it's just dope. And then like a little TikTok dance. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I
again,
get
The
Can't
orders
wait.
was nice too. So.
oh, like it's dope. Yeah.
It definitely looked cool. I don't think there was a lot of enthusiasm in it though.
What? You did not like it? This is top tier morphing sequence,
I like
man.
I like the moves. I like the animation. I like the sequence. I just that the
Uh-huh.
actors did not really sell it for me. They just did. They weren't putting a lot of heart into it. At least not in the first episodes. It got better later on.
For the whole like flipping up up in the air with their thumb sequence part of it. I don't really care for that. I'm like, so
The
you just
flipping up the marble, it adds style, man. It's some little finesse. That's what that was.
I like that too. Yeah.
I wish they came out.
You know what I mean? I mean, you about to face off, and you don't know if you're gonna die or not, but you still got the little swagger. Like, yo, I know you're about to shoot me in the face, but you know what? It's more for time. Click. Yeah, you can't touch me. You know what I mean?
2 in
Like,
1. That's the 2-in-1 combo.
yeah,
Morph
yeah,
and
it's
shoot.
smooth, boy. It's smooth.
speaking of Morse, can we talk about how lackluster Billy's morph was?
Oh,
Yeah.
You know they're gonna make that shit.
that is definitely a con. I mean, you get this epic dance sequence, light show in the Cosmic Furies, and Billy, they like, it's more for time. They throw a cardboard behind him, the most fucked up graphics I've ever seen, and they like just shoehorn him into the sequence. Triceratops, and it was like, all this time, y'all could have done nothing better. Y'all could have do some glitter over him or something.
Right.
It was
I'm
bad.
sorry. I'm sorry. Adam had a better morph in fucking Overdrive than
Well,
Billy.
Yeah.
they had a decent morph in Once and Always. Why didn't they just
Exactly. They
redo
could
it?
literally just transfer that to this.
Yeah.
And they was like, you know what, y'all, we got $1 million budget. We negative $200,000. What we gonna do for Billy Morph? Somebody was like, my kid, he can draw the Blue Ranger. And they're like, shit, put it on the camera. There you go. It looks bad.
And then
I-
poor Mick, he doesn't even get a morph
Right.
sequence. He's just like,
They
oh,
did-
you're a Ranger again.
But
If
Billy
we're
was
still on
great.
pros,
It's like morphin' time. Choo! That's all you get.
if we're still on pros though, I really like what they did with Billy and David Yost. What he does for this character now, it was a bit of an acquired taste for me. Like in Once and Always, he just seemed tired for most of the movie, but like here, I feel like he does it. He has the same energy, but it's better because like he comes across as like weary. He's been through the ringer, he's seen it all, done it all, but he's still here to help. He still adds value to the team, and he still thinks that there is something worth fighting for, as beaten down as he's been by this. And I feel like a big part of, and I really like what they do with Billy, because getting into a bit of it later on, but actually I'll just say it now. What the hell? They hint at the end that Zordon might be alive, that he might be out there somewhere, and him slowly realizing that over the course of the season is really, really cool. And like him just like really him helping out the new team and seeing them in action, it's like he's being reminded we're at the darkest hour, but we got this. The next generation has got this. My team and I did well.
Yeah. Now that you bring that up in the whole Zordon thing and the different personality traits Billy has, we're going to have to talk about it now because that opens up the door to the executive producer, Simon Bennett, has said that once and always comes before Cosmic Fury, right? After watching Cosmic Fury, I believe that was just a tactic he used to try to throw people off or whatever. Because if you watch the context of the show and the continuity of it and his reaction to Zato, Ion telling him that he met Zato or this being called Zordon or whatever it was, it let us know that Cosmic Fury comes before once and always, because it directly sets up to Billy wanting to look for Zordon, which in turn brings up Robo Rita. So this is before, and also we see the Yellow Ranger during one of the final battles with Billy in the cockpit of the Megazord. She doesn't speak, but because of the timing of it all, we know that is Trini and it's not men. So we know this is before Cosmic Fury. It's before Cosmic Fury. Even when they first meet Billy in the first episode, he definitely says, "My team are still on Earth, here, and I'm just here with Mick looking for so and so."
Now they confirmed that wasn't the new girl.
No.
I must have missed that part.
No, they did not confirm it. You don't have to confirm it because she literally is Trini. Because if he knows nothing about Roborita, or they just happen once and always, or he doesn't even know the existence of Zordon maybe out there, because again, in Once and Always, the only whole reason Roborita came about is because he was already trying to bring Zordon back. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
And so,
we definitely know it's Trini because they would have had a scene with Min, de-helmeted, demorphed, or something.
Even her doing some voiceover like,
exactly.
"Oh my God, this is so cool! I'm in space now," or something. You know what I mean? It was none of that. So we know that was actually Trini and not Min. Just based off of watching the show and how they events fold. And another thing, he could absolutely be correct that this came after Once and Always, because continuity in this Cosmic Fury shit is all over the place. Because for one, we know Zed was prior, the one that they put up out of time, prior to him meeting Rita and all of this type of stuff. At the end of Cosmic Fury, the way they defeated him is putting him on the Dream Planet where his worst nightmares come to fruition, right?
It's so
his worst
funny.
nightmare is being tortured and bossed around by Rita, his wife. He doesn't know Rita, his wife. So what are y'all talking about?
That might be a season 2 or 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when they brought it back to the same
that's
spot.
not the Z that they pulled though, so it's kind of like it's a conflict here. Like y'all say one thing and do another thing, so it's kind of conflicting here, which is why I'm saying
it's nothing new. They've had that problem for a while now.
Exactly.
It's like they try to blend in 2 timelines together. Like it's kind of like Flash, the show, but it's kind of blending timelines together for no reason.
Yeah, but it's completely failed on all attempts to end, if that's the case, because there was no explanation about different timelines and things like that.
I mean, they could have if they're gonna use that clip from Rita, when they could have just took that off in season 2 or 3, wherever that part was on.
They could have just left it alone and said that Zed's worst nightmares continue to get defeated by the Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Instead of bringing Rita in, that's kind of like a hint to the fans, but it kind of screws up the story you told that this is Zed. Yeah, it was a mess.
So question for all of you, and I brought this up to Philip when we were watching. Which Rangers should have been in this 10-part episode? Should have been.
Nobody.
But
the Rangers who showed up.
Specific.
I mean, the Rangers who showed up really saw their purpose, and they didn't need to be there, to be honest. I mean, you had Dark Ranger show up he was a spy to get information, so he served his purpose in one episode. He didn't need to stay longer. Then you had Mick. He was there traveling with Billy, and it ended up running into the Cosmic Fury Rangers. You know what I mean? I mean, Dino Fury Rangers at that point. So that's how they got roped in. So it's kind of like we didn't need anyone else. But who do you think you should have been in there?
Chris, do you have any thoughts?
On
who should have been in this special?
Lots more than what we got. there are a lot of interesting Power Rangers we kind of missed out on. Like, I mean, we got Billy, and that was pretty much it. We got Billy and one other guy. Like, none of the older Rangers were there. It was really good seeing the old gang back together. Why not bring back the whole gang, you know?
Okay, so that's fair. The one person, the one freaking Ranger that should have come back, because he did it before and knows how to contain said thing. The cop-out of the entire, dear God, it's gonna end, the universe is gonna end, had to have been Andros. Andros should have came back.
Yeah.
Because he was the one who broke Zordon's tube, and he could have went, oh dear God, I know what they're planning.
But my thing is, though, none of that would have made, like, what service or point would Andros have been there, because they didn't know the plan. They never even figured out what the plan was, because Zed didn't know the plan. It was the Octopus Queen and her daughter made this plan. So it's kind of like Andros couldn't have been there because he wouldn't have known anything. You know what I mean?
What did we
Zed
think
was
of Octopus
blindsided
Lady?
too.
What did we think of
Octopus Lady was a great villain. She's a rich bitch. That's all she was.
She was like a really funny parody of that, and just her existence led to probably one of the best lines in Power Rangers. Like, they go in disguise as a rock band to get this Zord that they've started to dig up, and Ollie finds out about it. One of the mooks is like, "Hey, we got she got us a rock band. Isn't that nice?" And he's like, "Nice? That isn't CEO behavior. Something's wrong."
Right, because our CEOs are known to be assholes.
And that was kind of a cop-out for evil Ollie, a con, in my opinion. It should have been Ollie that cut off, what's his name's arm? I can't. Javi's arm.
Yeah, they barely make anything of that, by the way.
Oh my God.
But let's touch on that sequence about how he lost his arm. I understand this is Power Rangers and it's for the younger audience. But if somebody loses their arm, they don't react like. I understand, Avi. This man could have acted. I don't know what to say. I know that it's a kid's
He
show.
didn't scream. He didn't do nothing.
It's
he just
like,
said,
I can't even blame it on the actor, on Chase, because this is the Power Rangers thing. Like, oh, somebody just got their arm completely obliterated. Let's just brush over that because it's kids and be like, yo, I think he's in shock. Let's just get him out of here. I'm like, what? This boy just lost his arm.
The shock. That's it. Oh my God. Like, what the
I mean, they
Yeah,
can't show
it was-
blood
it
or
was a
anything,
mess.
but
I thought he forgot he got his arm gone. Like, oh yeah, my arm's gone. Yeah, like that type thing.
Yeah, they didn't make a deal out of that. I mean, for one, you have Ollie. He shot a hole through a monster. That POV shot was so beautiful. That hasn't been done in Power Rangers. Then you have this man throw a sword at Amelia's face, literally trying to chop her shit off. Cut her face and everything. But then y'all go to the scene where somebody completely obliterates their arm, and now you want to be safe? He just threw a knife at his girlfriend's face and tried to take her whole eye out.
And it drew blood.
Exactly. Like, did I not forget about that a few moments ago? And now somebody obliterate their arm, and I'm like, oh, we about to go there. He about to be in pain. We about to see a Power Ranger dealing with the mental effects of losing an arm and stuff. It's like,
nope.
He's
Nope.
playing.
none of that.
Yeah, he's playing a song with kitchenware. Literally the next episode, like nothing happened.
Right.
That scene was so cringe, by the way.
Right.
There's a lot of cringe and Cosmic Fury just putting out there. It's a lot of
and
cringe.
of course, yeah, like the Zords. We saw them in Once and Always. They're back in Cosmic Theory. Only this time we just don't have Mighty Morphin. And this was another reason in space, Astro Megaship, Lost Galaxy, Ninja Steel popped up, and what was the last one?
Beast Morpher.
Shit, I don't know.
Beast Morphers, yeah.
Beast Morphers. Yeah, we had a lot of Zords up in there that came at the last battle for Earth. The CGI is bad. I'm not just gonna keep grabbing apart. We know what Power Rangers is. They got a $10 budget, so I mean it is what it is. Why did they show up, and did they have a great context to the battle? Yes. You kind of need all hands on deck for this. What was going on?
Okay, if you're gonna do all hands on deck, like everyone needs to just get up here and fight type of thing, I don't know. To
That's
me,
gonna be
they could have went about it like more better with it because
Yeah. The thing is, they did already say that most of the Rangers were captured. You know what I mean? To try to say, okay, we limited with what we can say, what we can show. So they did kind of give themselves a buffer room, saying that most of the Rangers are already captured. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But the ones that wasn't captured came to Earth, and you know we had a battle going on because the universe was at stake.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, well, I know you already went over it, but speaking of which, like, I'm gonna go back to the whole Ollie and Emilio thing. Can we just talk about her dying on a fucking hill trying to get this dude back?
Hey, that's her man there, and she did her shit. She was looking for her dude. She know he was turned evil. She tried to do everything she could to save, because if the roles were reversed, he would do the same for her. You know what I mean? And we
I'm
had
not
to touch on Amelia.
I'm not sure
she
you
would have. In her head, that's what would have happened. Okay, she was going out for her dude. But we got touched by Amelia since we said it. Her character arc is freaking A1. From Dino Fury to now Cosmic Fury, she earned that Red Ranger suit.
I fully agree with you on that one, and I actually really enjoyed her character throughout the series too.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 seasons, because it's technically 3 seasons. I mean, she started off as kind of a ghost hunter. Oh, we gotta go find the ghost. She kind of still ended on that, which was nice, but her progression and just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think they needed to touch
Entropy.
up on the Izzy and Fern relationship and built that up more. Especially when she became a ranger.
I don't care about Izzy and Fern. I really do not.
They
Before
are-
became a ranger and shit, it was like Izzy, she was so overprotective, and you can't do this. You know, you need to stay in the shit while we risk our lives. And it was like, girl, she was chosen to be a Power Ranger just like your ass was.
Like she's briefly there as the load, and then that's basically their whole arc is one being overprotective until the other becomes a Power Ranger, and then boom, that's all they do with their characters. That's all the development they get.
Right. I was like, I get what they were doing. You know, she wanted to protect her girl. This is all about protecting your family. It's Cosmic Free at the end of the day. It's all about protecting family.
Yeah. Which made a lot
She
of
became the
sense.
Orange Ranger. Did it feel like it was earned for you guys when she became the Orange Ranger, or did it just feel like convenience?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of
Whatever.
both.
It was just
She
a
earned it.
little shine. That's it. Like, ooh, we got an Orange Ranger. That's about it.
I think they just made her a ranger just to make her a ranger. I don't think she earned it.
Yeah, for me, it felt like, okay, we need a time slot. This is the last season. We need to add a Ranger in there. However, if you want to do that, shoehorn a Ranger, you have to write it better, because we had ample opportunities to have a Ranger. You had Jared, Amelia's dad, Void Knight.
Oh,
He was in the whole show fighting, going ham
He
in a
could've been
civilian
ranger.
form. Why do y'all not give him an upgraded suit, or say, you know what, fuck it, we need an Orange Ranger? You earned this. You are the Orange Ranger.
Wasn't he
That
still
was the missed opportunity.
weapons?
or better yet, give him his old Void Knight outfit in a different
That
color.
too. That's
Like,
just
I wanted
their
him to
copper, their copper
wanted
colors,
to.
man. They could at least gave him that one.
Saying
exactly. They had so many opportunities there, they just missed it.
saying this about Fern real quick, it's not that her becoming a Power Ranger didn't feel unearned for me anyway, but it felt like they pushed it a bit too much in that direction. Like, she wants to help, we specifically make her a Power Ranger, and it didn't feel unearned, but the execution felt a little forced. And on top of that,
Mhm.
you know, why make her why not make her just, skilled with the technology she finds on the ship? She finds a way to be helpful and heroic without being a Power Ranger. She can, that's a good message. You don't need that kind of power to do good and help and be a hero.
Yeah, that's something they could have touched on, but they didn't. They said, "Oh, you got electrocuted by Solon, so Solon indirectly made you a Power Ranger." Like, what's how? So you saying Solon is directly connected to the grid? Because the only way Power Rangers chosen if they're chosen by the power grid. So again, what are y'all saying? You know what I mean?
All right.
And let's talk about foreign weapon. She got a back scratcher, y'all. I'm just looking at her. She has a back scratcher as a weapon.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
that
come
was a
on.
nice question for real. They can't hook her up a good weapon.
No.
Hey, everybody need a back scratch? Here go my weapon. Back scratch.
I know. I'm using her weapon right now. Like, my back is
You
help me out.
They could at least get a shotgun with it. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, you had so many different weapons out there. You had, we got a hammer, we got an axe, we have dagger thingies, and whatever the hell was on Ion's arm. I don't even know what that was. It was a mouth. The Mosasaurus blast. Like, what weapon was that? It was just a mouth. I don't even know what you would call that.
And sword type thing he was wielding. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just call it a mouth. I don't
The
know.
Master Staff was a bit much, but
Oh, the Master Staff that Zato had. I mean, that was literally the Morphin Master's weapon that became his. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, oh my fucking god, that you brought up Zato. I think one thing that pissed me off with him becoming a Morphin Master, not the fact that he became a Morphin Master, it's the fact that the fucking masters don't know how he became a fucking master. That's
I
what
think
got
this was. Yeah, I think this because the way they came around was completely different than his origin. Like, we saw a new origin of how a new Morphin Master was chosen and created. You know what I mean? And I think it was directly because Zordon indirectly had something to do with it. You know what I mean? Zordon died. They saw he was a great person, what he did for his team, even still coming back alive on a second chance and still making the greatest sacrifice he could for the Earth and for his team. They was like, well, you could be something greater than that. We're down Morphin Masters. Half of them got ate up anyway. So you know what? You're gonna take the place of a Morphin Master. And it was kind of like, it didn't bother me because I like the upgrade for Zato, because if you watched his progression from Dawn of Fury, it was just a right place for his character to end up. You know what I mean?
It
But I
felt
said,
like
this
that
Cosmic
natural.
Fury, it did. Cosmic Fury may have some weak points, but character development wasn't one of them. They all got their arcs. Every character in here.
and for what
I
it
would
was,
say every
Simon,
character.
Simon did a pretty okay job of making it flow pretty nice. Like,
Yeah.
did we miss Monster of the Week? Maybe. But it's nice to have a straight story from beginning to end for a while.
Yeah. But Crispy,
Fern
who ain't
and
getting
the
no
other-
development for you?
Fern and the other one, their development ended the second she became an Orange Ranger. That was it.
Oh.
He's like bullshit, and then for both of them.
Ion didn't really get anything either. The dude who lost his arm, his development ended after he got used to the arm. Like, how do I use this new thing? And his biggest concern is not being able to play the guitar anymore, which makes for a funny line, but like that's the whole extent of him wanting his arm back, is just wanting to play guitar again. Once he's got
Yeah,
that,
'cause that's his
boom,
career.
he's just there. He's just there after that.
Ion to me was more food driven in this one. He cared about eating more than he did about anything else to me.
Gotta have the
Because
cook on the
again,
team.
that was a more deeper thing about the Ion character, because he knew something was going on with his brother Zato, and he didn't have an outlet to vent. So the only thing his personal outlet is to cope with it was cooking. So which is why he kept making a big deal. You know, you guys have to eat. Oh, I don't have ingredients. We gotta look for food. That was his coping mechanism. So the conversation again he had with Amelia, which is why I love Amelia as a character, which is why she earned this leader spot. She literally stepped up to him and had a conversation heart to heart, like, yo, we can talk to each other. We can vent. We know it's hard. You know, Zato is your brother. We know you guys are on different paths and stuff like that. Like, she had a heart to heart conversation with him. And I like Amelia. Like, I can't stress it enough. I like her character. She literally stepped up to become one of the greatest leaders that we had in Power Rangers, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, she starts off as a boar, but once she becomes the Red Ranger, her character arc goes way up from there.
Yeah.
She goes from 0 to 100 real fast.
Yeah, because it's not just about taking charge and making the tough calls. She sees the Rangers. She sees them as people. She sees stuff that everyone else, you know, brush off. Like, why he always cooking? You know what I mean? She's like, no, something deeper there. Like, he's missing his brothers.
I love that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, she spots stuff. She notices them, and I was like, damn, it was good. So when Zato actually died, and everyone's freaking out, like, wait, Aion just passed out too. They didn't see his soul latch onto Zato and go with him. But Amelia, she caught that. She was like, her face expression, the way she reacted, like, damn, he went with his brother. You know what I mean? Like, she's just a great character. Yeah, Hunter did her shit this year. It's like, she carried this damn show on her back. I would stand on that hill. If it wasn't for Amelia's Hunter Dino's performance and taking charge, the show could have definitely flopped more than it, you know, could have. But she carried this show. And again, going to the strikes where she couldn't promote, I understand her frustration as to why she was, because it's like, damn, y'all, like, Amelia, she's here, y'all, and she can't do anything about it. So I understand her frustration on that. Just watching the show, Amelia is one of the greatest Red Rangers we had.
She was, and again, she got better as the show went along. So, yeah. I do have to ask you guys. I think we can all agree. Tentacle Lady, Bajillionaire, whatever her name is, she was cool. Do we think she was cool enough to suddenly just like steal the stage literally from Zed just as he'd finally become a Morphin Master?
I'm sorry, you're not
absolutely
that do that.
Yeah.
You're not that big enough to do that. Nah.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were building.
Funny.
I thought it was kind of funny too, but when you've built up one of the oldest Power Rangers villains for that next step and you have such a cool design, you give us a brief fight scene with him and then he gets vacuumed up and she steals and she becomes the main villain for the rest of the show. And she doesn't even last past their trying to keep the evil energy of Zed's power from seeping into the universe. Like, she doesn't even last that long as the main villain.
And so my biggest gripe with her major plan to, you know, make Zed the ultimate fodder for evil across the universe was, you want to make all good go away to cause a war for profits. Okay, I can get behind that. One slightly little problem with that. You know how many villains are gonna go, I kind of want to steal all your shit. Like,
the thing is, she
tell me they're gonna try to do that as soon as that happens.
She probably did plan that far ahead, though. I mean, like, we've had arms dealers in the past on the show, and she'll probably basically just own the whole market. Like, all the villains warring against each other and just like wearing away at each other. They won't really have the resources to mount like just a whole ass invasion of what she's got. She'll be the one with all the cards. It's a pretty good plan, actually.
It's possible she'll hold all the cards. I think Rita would have problems with that.
Rita is not around. That's the thing. Rita is not around. This lady had a plan. She don't care about Zed or anybody else. She cares about her money. She stuck to the plan and it worked. So if Zed would have stuck to his plan, like he would have defeated the Power Rangers a long time ago. But that's the thing. She's not a villain. She's not a good guy. She's about her money. And everything she got to do to make her money. Exactly. Which is why all her plans went to according. You know what I mean? She just got outsmarted by the Power Rangers, because that was smart as hell what Zayto did at the end. It was, well, okay, let's go there. How do y'all feel about not being an actual climactic ending battle, but more of a conversation? Because they did this shit in Wonder Woman 1984. Exactly. Like, you defeated by the powers of words. Like, no, I was about to get punched in the balls, not saying you don't do this.
Whoa.
Only for him to immediately get banished to being a house husband, which is supposed to be his worst nightmare, even though it like doesn't really go with canon.
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't even think that would be his worst nightmare, because in the original season, what was it, season 2 or 3 he was introduced in the original? I don't know, whichever.
2.
Oh, okay, well, season 2, but when they originally introduced him in 2, and you know, he got married to Rita or everything, like they annoyed the pure hell out of each other. But I don't think being stuck with her would be his worst nightmare. I think honestly, losing to the Rangers and having to basically lose to the Rangers over and over again would be his worst nightmare.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for the Rita thing, because he didn't even know Rita.
Right.
So
like that whole part made absolutely no fucking sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like when she usurped Zed's plan, that was when the ship started sinking for the ending, because suddenly we got to stop her. Oh no, now there's a crack on the glass and we've got to stop the evil energy from seeping out, and we've got to stop her. Okay, she's dead after not too much trouble now. Let's try and fix this crack. Oh, and suddenly we're gonna have to sacrifice our powers to do it. Oh wait, never mind, Zayto's back. Look, now he's having a talk with Zed. Fuck, bro, pick a path.
Okay, I know we don't get along, but I need you to turn his powers back.
Yeah. Get your evil ways to save the universe. Otherwise, the thing that you try to do is going to destroy the whole universe, and it's going to destroy you with it. Okay.
I did like how he used Zed's own training and logic against him, because like when he's an evil ranger, Zed takes on a bit of a mentor role to him, which actually leads to some of the better scenes for both of those characters. And I like the payoff was him being the one who was able to talk Zed down. And like, I do kind of like the idea that we might get a good Zed one day, because the caveat to his imprisonment is if he goes through true moral redemption, he can get free. And I'm cool with that. I just wanted more time with Master Zed. We barely got any time with him.
Right.
We barely got a lot of time with some of the things. Like I said earlier, we got some good development for the characters, but as for some story beats, it's just inconsistent. Again, they could have been limited just with the runtime itself. But I really wish Netflix and Power Rangers and Hasbro would have just ordered, okay, we're limited to 10 minutes. Please make the storytelling at least 45 minutes per episode, because some things felt rushed and then some things felt it had enough time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like 50-50. I'm 50-50 on that point.
And that's what I was worried about for weeks, and in those episodes that we were talking about Cosmic Fury, my main worry was it was going to be rushed, and I was right. It felt extremely rushed. I think Netflix should have definitely pulled the gun and extended it.
There's a reason most of these seasons go into like over 20. That's how much time they need to flesh it out.
Right.
And like I told Carl, and I told Darrell this too, because I felt extremely guilty, because as soon as I watched it, I wanted to spoil it right there. I have never felt that way about a season with that much of an impact on me to want to spoil it. And I walked around with my mouth taped shut a few times at work because of it. But after we did our Power Ranger episode review of Storybook Rangers with Cyther podcast, I went to him and said, Carl, I needed that. I needed that cheesiness back in my life. Like, it feels modern. I like it. Did they do a good job on their own take? Yeah. But sometimes you just need to go back to the classics and relive your childhood because it's hard.
Okay, well then let's go to it then. Overall, for the season, we already touched on characters, what we liked, what we didn't like, what was inconsistent. Overall, what do you guys feel about the season or series? Because let's add a question to it because wrap up to the series of Power Rangers. How do you guys feel? It's a lot bigger than what I was about to ask before. It's bigger now.
I hope this isn't the wrap up because they do actually build up for some potentially interesting shit to come. If this is the wrap up, I'm going to be disappointed.
Well, this is the wrap up, so I'm
God damn it.
know.
This is, I mean,
this is the wrap up. This is it.
It's not the worst season of Power Rangers. I wouldn't even say it's one of the worst seasons, but it's definitely heavily flawed. And for the pros it also has a lot of flaws that hold it back. Mainly the team, for the most part, just has no chemistry. I was so bored throughout all of their scenes. And, the villains are fun, production value great, but it's just held back when your main characters as a group really aren't that interesting, and you have to wait until the end for the payoff with their arcs. So, with the arcs for a lot of them. So, I'd say I give this one maybe a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Nice.
That's not too bad.
Go ahead, Philip, you next. Give your overall rating.
Oh, jeez. So, pretty much, just like Chris said, it's not a bad season, but it could have been better. In my opinion, it could have been a lot better than what they led on for it to be. Cheesy jokes here and there. The suits I didn't really care for too much. The Zords could have been done better in my opinion. Even though they're basing the Zords off of the Sentai version, which I mean, go figure. But if I had to rate this particular season, I'm probably, this is probably the lowest I've ever rated a season.
Hey.
I'm gonna give it like a 6.8 out of 10.
Sounds about right.
Okay. Go ahead, Ty. What you give this rating?
For it being rushed because of Netflix, with
Sorry,
the
you guys
character
don't like money.
The character development, the some cheesiness, the way it ended. I agree. Around 6 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty decent season.
Shy, you here, bro, man?
I think he's tending to his kid.
Right. Well, my overall rating, taking into account what we know for Power Rangers, this is a curtain call for the series.
God damn it.
Cosmic Fury was a great kind of tying off the bow to Dawn and Fury. It touched a few things over the history of Power Rangers, but they failed on all attempts. They completely failed. I give this season a good 6 out of 10 as well. So just based off of what we have as a group collective, the Global Nerds effectively gives Power Rangers Cosmic Fury a down 5.8 out of 10 collectively.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. It just sucks that this is how
like I said.
No, sorry.
I know Power Rangers it didn't go out with a bang. It went out with a fart. You know what I mean?
And again, it's not a bad season on its own, but it's so depressing knowing that this is the note that they're ending it on, because it deserves better than this. It deserves way better than this. But I do hope. Did they confirm if they're just rebooting it, or if they're continuing the story in cinematic format?
Okay, let me tell you here right now, since you're not clear. Power Rangers is dead. Michael Jackson dead.
Uh,
It's not coming
they're,
back.
they're straight
see-
up. They're rebooting it. Okay.
It's rebooting like how, like the hard reboot, not a soft core like this is a 2017 reboot where it's still Jordan and all this type of like this is complete rebooted.
They're literally just doing what Star Wars did, what Disney did with Star Wars, except even worse. They learned from
Yes.
none of that. They learned from none.
Yes,
They're that stupid. Okay.
yes,
That's
this is a
so-
full
what they're
reboot. This is going from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super. It's a full reboot.
So I do agree with you guys that it's going to be a full reboot.
Well, super.
Oh God! But did they leave room open for a possible continuation? Yes, they did.
They did.
They did that. They left it open ending. So if you guys want to continue with comic books or your own fan fiction or your thoughts saying, oh, what could have happened? That's how story people, that's how they do it. Leave the open ending. I mean, Titanic had an open ending, but we all know they ain't coming back for a sequel. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got a sequel. It was a trash animated movie.
We don't talk about the Titanic 2.
Oh man.
We need the rapping dog back.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Oh,
That was
God.
that was peak cinema. You know it.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is a full reboot coming from sorry to cut you off, but just so the fans can know that Cosmic Fury is the wrap up of Power Rangers that we know, that we had for the past 30 years. When Power Rangers come back, they may not even be called Power Rangers. They may not even be 5 people. It may not be no Alpha, no Zordon. It's going to be something completely different than what we are used to. You had the Super Friends, right? And then they later on became the Justice League. Do you know how drastic that is of a change? That is what's happening to Power Rangers. It's completely rebooted.
I feel like they just don't want to put in the effort of trying to please the old fans and the new fans. And, I get the logic behind that. You can't please everyone at the end of the day. But, I mean, I feel like you've still got, if you can just you have the potential to bring so many of what you've got into Power Rangers, so much of what you got into Power Rangers at once, and yet you're starting over again from scratch. I think that's a waste.
right. I mean, it's like the way they did the cutoff for this. If they're gonna leave it with a open ended, what happens next type question thing going on here, pretty much. And we stated this before. It's up to the fans now. The fans now have their shot to basically fill in the blanks of what happens next after Cosmic Fury, or what stories came after Cosmic Fury and everything.
And hey, I mean, the fans are doing a better job writing stories for Power Rangers than Hasbro is right now, so why the hell not?
Yeah, like 3 freaking pages worth.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I mean, Cosmic Fury. That's our spoiler review of Cosmic Fury.
It's not
on
bad.
The other hand.
Yeah, I mean, a 6 out of 10 isn't a bad rating. It's an enjoyable time. Do it have rewatchability? Absolutely not, because once you watch it, that is it. You know what I mean? You kind of get your feel.
And we would love to know from you guys, would you like us to do more review episodes in the future? Yes or no? Please let us know.
Yeah.
We got polls, comments.
In the words of Zach from Scyther Audio, would you want to torture these nerds going through all of season 2 of Mighty Morphin and all of its cheesiness, all of its insanity? Let us know.
I'm going to record now. I'm not doing that shit. That's like 800 episodes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I would love to know from our audience, do you want us to review Puss in Boots: The Last Wish already? Yes or no? I know the answer is yes. What's that?
I actually just watched that movie not too long ago.
Yo, isn't it good?
That movie, oh my god!
Okay, that's a Sunday thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Did y'all not watch the Power Ranger Hasbro postcard thing? They said, you know what? Star Wars. We have to move on to Star Wars. So we're moving on to Puss in Boots. Power Rangers is so dead. Even the people was like, you know what, fuck it, we're going to Star Wars. Like, damn.
And we got a drought coming for Star Wars too after Ahsoka. With these strikes going on, that's it for a while.
Thank God. To be
Yeah.
honest.
They need to start
We need a
prioritizing
break.
quality again.
Yeah, we need a break.
But of course, we stay tuned because we're missing a nerd here, and he has thoughts. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he got hit with some cold, so he's out cold.
Yep.
He's a zombie.
Yes. Once he finds the cure for the zombie virus, he'll be back with his thoughts on Cosmic Fury, the end of Power Rangers as we know. Lord.
It's press F to pay respects, guys.
Yes.
F's in the chat.
Well, that's how we gonna end this episode, kind of like how Cosmic
Yeah.
Fury ended. It's just, bye.
Just imagine us sinking off the door of the Titanic. There you go.
Right. Just
Oh,
Yeah. They let Jack go. There was plenty of room for Power Rangers on the door, but no, they kept
They just
Power
let him
Rangers in the
go.
fucking water, and it froze to death and fell to the bottom of the ocean.
yes,
But,
that's a
you
great
know-
metaphor for Power Rangers. Yes.
But like Celine Dion, our hearts will go on.
To other things like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Bionicle. We got Bionicle Massive Power coming up, and that game looks fucking hype, man.
I mean, we got
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon, we got Digimon, we got a whole bunch of stuff we could fulfill our time with Power Rangers
Yeah.
being gone.
Gran Turismo. That movie's
Sweet.
great. We still got good stuff coming. I mean, John Wick
Mhm.
4, new greatest action movie ever. We got that. For every disappointment shows and movies give us now, we still got plenty of gold coming in our media too.
Separate ways.
Oh, before we go, in the words of the morphing master, coolio.